Hello, welcome back to Falcon Blues TV. Myself and Dave.
Filthy animals.
Filthy animals, yeah, you filthy fucking animal. So we were outside in the garden, but there's a party going on, and
the sound and everything else. So
it's a good thing we had a conversation that was recording. That's not getting. It's gonna see the light of day.
Bad man.
Anyway, there's a new alcohol available to purchase in the Falcon.
New alcohol.
Yeah, it's called Cruz Campo, but look.
It's Crew Campo.
Crew Campo, that's sick, doesn't it, yeah? Before we start as well, a big shout out to Matt from Cyprus. Matt come over from Seattle. Come on, Seattle! Fight and win!
Cyprus or Seattle?
Well, he's from Cyprus, but he lives in Seattle.
Right, okay.
So he'd come over for the Newcastle game. Me and Jay went out the baby, and then we seen him at Leicester. Really nice guy, top toffee, big fan of the channel. He's a teacher. Some of his students watch as well.
You have me a fan of the channel.
Fan of the channel, yeah.
That's always good.
So it's right, Matt. Also, as well, to your students that do watch, if any of them start misbehaving or give you any jib or they're not doing their own work, I'll put them on the list. So you let them know. Forget detention.
They're on the list.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do here is we're at the end of the day now, and all the results will come through from today's games. And we got Man City tomorrow. So it was more a Man City preview and just a whole talk about the results that did go our way, did they or didn't they, and everything else. And I suppose the one we've got to start with really is one of the main ones there, Southampton are gone.
Southampton are gone, yeah.
Now, we knew that was happening anyway, but at least we know officially there are two places.
It's disappointing that we've given up 3 points at home to a team like who have been relegated.
6 points to them.
Well, no, we won at St Mary's.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah. I was there at St Mary's actually, which is fucking the one. Yeah.
So
McNeil scored the winner.
Of course, yeah.
So Southampton are done. It has been pointed out to me before, by the way. Someone went, "You're wearing Man City colours," and I went, "Well, it's blue."
You got to wear something.
Yeah.
But so Southampton are gone.
It's not like I'm saying Dane's wearing Leeds colours. You know what I mean?
We've got red on here as well. Do you want to have another go at me? But,
so obviously Leeds, that's not red. That's maroon. So obviously Leeds got a 2-2 result with Newcastle.
That was a big result for Leeds, really. I think Newcastle are looking for that European spot, the Champions League spot as well. So for them, I'd say that was they weren't very good, Newcastle. There, I think Leeds are fighting.
They were poor in the first half. I thought
Leeds are fighting for everything, and that's what you'd expect from teams
especially because they got a penalty lead, and obviously the keeper saved the fair play. But then once they got the penalty, they come back into it a bit.
Yeah.
But no, they weren't.
It was a great equaliser as well for Leeds. Yeah. So it was just one of those. I think it was just one of those days.
I did say, not on the channel, but I did say I think it was Jay when we were going to the Leicester. I said Allardyce will get them more points. He's going to do a job.
I mean, even if it means he's hanging on by the skin of his bollocks and he's trying to grind out draws, which is what he's got there. So I think he knows it's more than just draws that he needs. He needs wins, and that's probably given them that confidence now for the last 2 games that they've got.
Yeah,
we've got 3. I think that's the one that goes against them, is that they've only got 2 games left now to try and get something out of it.
I'm not that harsh on Allardyce, which some people are, but I always think he did do it. Overall, you look at the jobs he's done. He's done the job he done at Bolton was tremendous.
But it was he did come in and go, well, I could do better than this, and he didn't. Yes, he steadied the ship and everything.
I think he got us great though, didn't he? So
yeah,
he's probably our last best finish, isn't he?
Yeah, he finished out of that spot. Really.
But it was always going to end in tears, I think, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
So let's look at the other games then. Frank Lampard's Collapsicos.
Jesus,
I think
it's like Lampard still wanting to get us relegated.
I'll tell you what, they are very lucky that they kept Potter as long as they did. Because I think if they got rid of Potter any sooner and brought in Lampard, they'd have been in the relegation battle with us.
I think they were lucky they were on 39 points.
They've only picked up 4 points since Lampard come in. That was 8 weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? This isn't, so I think they're very, very lucky. Forest got a good draw there as well. I think they probably worth the
Teams win. Are fighting, aren't they? Teams are fighting.
They were probably worth the win there.
So I'm going to get the league table up on my phone here, which, so obviously Southampton are done. Then it's Leicester in 19th on 30 points. They've got minus 15, got a better goal difference than everyone.
Play the red shite on Monday. And don't. I know. We know we're all we're all trying not to think it.
My mate Tony Murray's going on to Leicester on Monday as well, and I've been to Leicester on Monday recently as well. So
all their games finishing on Monday. Got their next game is Monday night, and then the last game of the season on the Sunday.
Well, we did 2 on the bounce as well, didn't we?
They've had 4.
So Leicester are in 19th, Leeds are in 18th in the relegations. The last relegation spot on 31 points, minus 25,
and only 2 games to play.
They've got 2 games where we've got a game, and then it's Everton on minus 21 and 32 points, and then it's Nottingham Forest on 34. You're probably looking at West Ham. West Ham are pretty much safe, aren't they, really?
I don't know. It's easy to drag them in, especially I'm saying, because they've got Europe. They've still got Europe.
They play Leicester next. They play Leeds next.
Yeah, I think that's what goes for us. They keep the points down. If they get to 40 points, then they're done. Because what's 37? You said then, didn't you? They beat Leeds. Goes all well for us. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But then they've got that European. They'll be looking at it now, thinking they're home and host, and they'll just be in cruise control. Hopefully not, because they'll be thinking, well, actually, if someone gets 3 points, they're only 2 points.
Oh, you're right, completely right.
Maybe not pulled into the relegation, but certainly pulled further down the league, so the prize money reduces and everything else.
I know,
and they've got Europe on the horizon as well.
They've got the Intertoto Cup, the new version of it. Sorry, but it is in it, though, isn't it?
When you call
it the Intertoto Cup.
When it's called the Europa Conference League, it's like
fucking hell. I like the green though. I like the visual.
But it's. He's talking Batman again. I told you, I'm to apologise.
Woo! Limousine man, jet flying.
I'm about to say that I'm about to apologise for Paul when he talks wrestling and Batman on this fucking video.
Batman tattoo, look. Oh, God. If you're talking about wrestling, I'm only wrestling.
Yeah. So, Everton. So
it's still in our hands, which is the.
Of course, I think that's
a good thing.
Is. I think that win the other day was absolutely monumental for us.
I love the way you started. Look, the back's still here. Look,
the back's still here. Tickets to City tomorrow. So and that takes us nicely on to Man City tomorrow.
Well, it is in our hands, and obviously we can try and get a result tomorrow. I know people are saying, "Oh, it's going to be difficult," but we did drew away with them. I was there.
It was a solid draw.
I think we owed them one because of last season. Remember, because we played quite well, and then they got
the Rodri handball. Was it?
That was the handball, yeah.
Which they didn't know they'll claim that given them the title.
Well, we got an apology for that, so that's
right, so that makes it all better.
Sorry, we got that.
We're not the ones fighting for our lives at all. There.
So we thought we'd come on with because the results are just mad, aren't they? So we thought we'd come on and talk about it, and I guess a bit of a match preview, really.
Yeah, I think tomorrow's, like I said, it's big.
We get the team news.
I hate to say it's a free hit, but I think if we come away with a draw, you know what I mean. I think it's not going. It's going to be far from easy. We know that.
No, it's not.
But I think the game that we just played against Brighton should fill us with enough confidence to think, well, actually, we're capable of anything.
Yeah.
The game against Arsenal, the game against Spurs, all these home games where we played against teams a lot higher than us and a lot better calibre, and we put them to the sword. Do you know what I mean? And
we normally raise our game, don't we, when it's big opposition?
And I'd like to think, tomorrow, hopefully the sun's shining and everyone's on the ale and, nicely lubricated.
Cheers, yeah.
Cheers. And everyone's ready to just, absolutely give everyone dogs abuse and just be that horrible Goodison that we know it can be. But I think the return of Calvert-Lewin has been huge. I think James Garner has improved vastly. Over the last few games.
Dwight McNeil. And Wobie. To be honest, they all played well. Decore, but
Run DMC there. Yeah. There's a new T-shirt on the horizon. If it keeps going this way.
Oh my God, we'll get two for that.
But Iwobi has been superb. Last couple of games, I've given Iwobi daggers and fucking all sorts of abuse.
Yeah, I've not been
lately. I've not been as big as fan, but.
Gary Mina as well was a big impact.
And I think
Gary's returned as the Unholy Trinity podcast.
I think that's finally that needed to happen. I think you look at the City game in December. Ben Godfrey and Tarkowski just absolutely shithoused Haaland. Yes, he scored the goal, but he absolutely we were in his head. And if someone like Yerry Mina's on the pitch doing exactly the same, him and Tarkowski doing it. That's what you want. You need to be upsetting these kinds of players and not giving them a minute.
No, I agree. And I'm glad you mentioned that when you said Godfrey. Godfrey was playing at centre half that day, I believe.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, I know he's getting some slack, he's getting some stick, but he's being played at left back and right back. He's a centre half, and I know he's a utility player, but we've got to take that into factor.
The thing with Godfrey, he's not really been the same one since long COVID, and that injury has sort of knocked that yard of pace off him. So
I like Godfrey, to be honest. I think he'll come good in the end.
I think, but you look at that United game, and he just looked like a competition winner.
No,
he got absolutely pulled apart at left back, and everyone was crying out to put Michaelenko back on. That's how bad he was.
Yeah.
But
you know what? We've got to give credit to Dice as well for that 5-1 win as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. There's times where you've got to do that, but I think
me and you might be on a bit of a different page, or maybe closer.
I'm thinking more of you're making the changes that everyone can see finally, but it's taken them 5 games to do that.
Oh, I guess
so. Whilst I'm saying I'll give them credit for that, there's on the other hand, sort of those ideas of okay, the United game was an absolute shit show. Newcastle was a shit show. Fulham was just as bad.
Newcastle, though, up until 2-0, I thought we were doing all right.
We were in it.
And then we just fell, that 4th goal, we'd left at that point. I'm not ashamed to say that. We did leave. And people go, oh, do this and like that. I hate people doing that shit. You know what I mean? But that 4th goal was embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I think when I look at it, it seems like Lampard got a lot more patience than Dyche has had. And to be fair to Dyche, he's come into a bad situation, hasn't he? And I think he's done all right. I don't agree with every decision. I don't, but you're not going to, are you?
Yeah, I think because of what we've seen with Lampard is a stubbornness to change. And because that seemed to have carried on, and he's played players there that Lampard's had their card marked. We're
talking about Michael Keane,
especially. We are looking at Michael Keane because obviously, the goals that we've conceded with him at centre half hasn't been good. Connor Cody's been completely frozen out. Yeah, he had a bad little spell, but I still don't know something's happened. I think it's his voice in the dressing room. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's a vocal player. He's a vocal person, which I can completely. I can relate to that. I can understand why you probably don't want to have that many kinds of voices in your dressing room when you've got the likes of Tarkovsky, who is probably more Dyche's voice in the dressing room. I know Dyche has got a voice. We absolutely know
he likes his boys.
But do you know what I mean? Yeah, you will. But
he has got.
But there's a blinkered view.
Yeah.
Of these players, there's a reason why he hasn't played, and he then goes on to say, "Well, Yerry Mina hasn't played. Well, Michael Keane hadn't played for the better part of 4 months for Everton.
Yeah, he hadn't. Yeah, he hadn't.
So you're contradicting yourself, and you're not looking.
Well with McNeil, though, Yeah, I think he was playing all right anyway, though. To be fair,
I think he just wasn't doing that extra yard. You're almost so with Lampard. He didn't have any pace. We were actually wondering what the fuck we'd sign.
And he has. When you look at it, he has. Blatantly has.
I think he's just got the ball. When he's got the ball at his feet, he's clever. And I think it just gets him out of that. It gives him that half a yard. It might not look fast, but he's got enough in his feet to get himself out of that. And then that's head of steam. It is like little engine that could. You've got to build up that head of steam to start moving.
I always like that shout. Would you like some team news for tomorrow?
Well, let's go for some team news.
Seamus Coleman expected to be available at the start of next season. That's good news.
That's excellent news. That was superb to hear that.
Man City, Nate Nake continues to be assessed. City are set to rotate the squad with Phil Foden, Mahrez and Alvarez in contention to start. Do you want to know what Chris Sutton thinks the result will be?
I don't care what Chris Sutton fucking thinks.
Neither do I. Fuck you, Chris Sutton. That's why you're on the list. Fucking loser. Head to head, here we go. Everton have only won one of their past 19 Premier League matches against Man City, which was a 4-0 victory at Goodison. I was at that game.
One of our last
19.
We haven't beat them since we beat them 4-0.
That doesn't sound right, does
Under
it?
Koeman.
That doesn't sound
9, maybe.
90?
When was that game? That was 2000.
I think that's BBC around there. Send us, let us know.
Check the comments.
Yeah. The Toffees can become the first team this campaign to remain unbeaten in both league games versus City following their 1-0 draw. City have earned 6 successive away victories at Goodison Park in all competitions. Well, that's not good. Everton scored 16% of their total Premier League goals this season in the 5-1 minute That's meant to be the positive news.
That's all this last week.
They have now earned 4 wins and 17 points in their 15 league matches on the dice. That's better. However, Everton have equalled the club league record of 9 home defeats in a season. I didn't realise it was that bad.
Yeah.
The home defeats, yeah. Toffees have scored multiple goals in only one of their 17 Premier League home fixtures this season. That was against 3-0. 3-0 against Palace. That's shit. I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
No side has scored fewer home Premier League goals than Everton's 15. Hey. Fucking breaking records.
It was weird because I mentioned it before in the chat. It was saying Chelsea have only scored 35 goals this season after they'd scored that second Raheem Sterling. So it's Forest.
Okay, it's good.
And then it was only us and Southampton who scored less.
There's an interesting one.
There's a shit stuff for you.
Dwight McNeil has scored 7 goals in 33 Premier League appearances for Everton. Fair play.
But isn't that...
That's as many as he scored for Burnley in 134. So he's finding his feet, I suppose, at Everton.
That's 1 in 4, 1 in 3. That's not bad.
Chicken maths.
It's about 1 in 4.
Abdoulaye Doucouré has been directly involved in 6 goals in his last 7 Premier League appearances, scoring 4 and setting up 2. Directly following a run of 38 games without a goal or an assist. We have seen a big improvement. Why was Lampard freezing him out? That's an odd one.
Doucouré.
Yeah,
I think it was attitude, wasn't it? It was more like again. That's.
We missed him when he was banned, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
The last fact I will give you is Dyche is solidly winning the 17 matches as Burnley manager versus Man City in all competitions. Was a 1-0 Premier League victory against Manuel Pellegrini's side in 2015.
Jesus Christ.
It's enough stats. It's enough stats.
They're not stats. That's just
it's enough stats. Don't forget to buy Crew Campo.
That's not a stat. That's just fucking. That's a death one.
I would take a draw at this point.
I think everyone would, given the results, given today's results.
Because I'll be honest, I think we'll get something out of that Wolves game. And Bournemouth at home is going to be that important. I think everyone's just going to be...
I think it's 5 points and goal difference, or 6 points and we're home and host. And I think that's how we got to look at it.
Yeah.
Even if it is a win and 2 draws, do you know what I mean? Or we end up... Something happens tomorrow and then we've got to beat Wolves, we've got to beat Bournemouth. But I think we just have to wait and see what happens tomorrow, and then Monday... Again, I fucking hate what we've become. Just sitting there, just waiting for other people's results. Do you know what I mean? We won 5-1. We won 5-1 against Brighton, and we're still looking at results, going, "Oh, but they've got to lose. They've got to win." I was like,
this morning we were discussing in our WhatsApp chat group. I felt dirty supporting Newcastle. Yeah. I felt fucking horrible.
I sent a message to my mate Josh. My mate Josh is a Newcastle fan, and I literally said,
"No offense, Josh.
I am absolutely disgusted that I'm cheating."
They fucking let us down.
And yeah,
Anthony Gordon's shit, by the way.
Yeah, cheers for the 40 million.
Hey, no, he's not shit though. No, he's not shit. You know, I think's boss Jordan Pickford.
Oh yeah,
just randomly, I was going to say that.
JP.
Yeah, I think JP's sad. Anyway,
best English goalie in the league. It's simple as that.
The pen saved the other day.
Yeah,
saving against Chelsea. Let's not get into that.
Yeah,
let's not get into that.
Be here all day, but you know the.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Lash it all in the comments, and we'll chat.
We'll give you the fucking like. But I give the love one. I like that one.
Good. So we'll catch up after the game tomorrow.
What's your thoughts? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. And subscriptions have gone up so much in the last couple of weeks. Unbelievable. And thank you so much to everyone who watches. We'll be back tomorrow.
MVP Dave.
Yeah. What happens? I think it's
thumbnail's got to be your face, like.
Fucking misery loves company, doesn't it? That's why everyone's subscribing.
So sunny,
Go ahead. Up the fucking toffees.
Colin Chong.
See you in a bit.